Welcome back to Courtside, who's more than the game. This your boy Courtside Ron, and it's been an exciting month of basketball. Unfortunately, to the loss of Kobe Bryant and Gigi Bryant and others that died in the helicopter crash, it was some sadness going on, and we needed some upliftment, right? And the All-Star break was a whole dedication to Kobe Bryant and everybody else that was going on, and it was beautiful. It was nice. Common did a great thing on there. The slam dunk contest was great. The three-point contest was great. The All-Star game was competitive. It had the Mamba mentality, spirit all inside of it. It was beautiful. And I love the format. We all love the format. And I think they should keep the format, actually, because it brings that pickup ball sense to it, right? We all grew up playing basketball in the park, in the alleys, in the gym, wherever it is. And the first one, game 24, your 5 against my 5, or your 3 against my 3, whatever it is. And it gets tough out there, and it gets rough out there. And sometimes with these players, they get on this level that we don't see them like that until the playoff time. We don't see that high-level competition, that intensity on how they felt when they were younger, and they bring it to this platform. And the All-Star game is that level where we do see it, but sometimes we don't see that competitive of an All-Star game. It becomes too cute here and there. A lot of layups, a lot of alley-oops. But this one, man, that fourth quarter with the first team to score 24 points to get to that final score, and them guys are going at it. They arguing with the refs. They damn near finna pick up technical fouls. They scrapping with each other. They not dapping each other up. It was very competitive and fun, and I'm glad that none of the players got hurt. And if we can keep that same intensity going into the year after year, when we honoring Kobe, especially since we're doing the Kobe Bryant MVP award, if that award is going to be in the show, if that's going to be the All-Star award that we're going to give them, then that award needs to be very prestigious and honorable, and go to a player that's playing as hard as out there, because that is Kobe Bryant. That was Kobe Bryant, and that continued to be his legacy. Is playing hard at all times. He brought the intensity every All-Star game. That's why he got 4 All-Stars. So that's what we want to see. So shout out to Chris Paul, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, AD, Giannis, Kyle Lowry, all these guys that played hard and made it fun and entertainment for Kobe. We loved it. We loved it a lot. Another thing that was enjoyable to me, right, was the slam dunk competition. Now, everybody has something to say negative about it, right? The only negative thing about it is that we couldn't have 2 winners. Other than that, your boy Derrick Jones Jr. put on the show too. And the few dunks that he had were better than Eric Gordon's. But you can't jump over 7'5" Taco Fall and lose, man. It's impossible to jump over the tallest player in the NBA and lose a slam dunk competition, but that's what happened. So that just showed you how competitive this whole weekend was. It was just full of players who wanted to represent Kobe Bryant, wanted to play at the highest level. I wish Eric Gordon would have won one. He's going to go down as an underground slam dunk champion. We're going to honor him like we honor the Tim Hardaway Jr.'s and the Jamal Mashburns and all these other, the big dog Glenn Robs, all these players that don't get the recognition that the media gives them or the fans give them. We're going to honor Eric Gordon as if he's going to go down as one of the best slam dunk legends of all time. And look, I'm looking forward to the next All-Star game in Indiana. And it's going to be beautiful and competitive again. Look, Adam Silver, keep this, man. Keep this. Keep the 24-point format. Keep these guys playing for this share. Just keep this going for Kobe honor. We're not going to change the logos. We're not going to do all that. Let's honor him All-Star game. Let's keep it competitive and keep it going. The game needs it. We miss you, Kobe. We miss you, Gigi. It's all love. Second half of the season is here. And it's time for these teams and these players to ramp it up and take it to a different level. And one player for sure, or 2 players for sure that we know are going to bring it is Giannis and LeBron. Now, the MVP race is tight. A losing streak here, a winning streak here, a big win against this team here, a bad loss to this team here, and we could be talking back and forth. Dame has had a great season. Kawhi Leonard has come up and showed up late. Pascal Siakam has led Toronto to 15 straight victories. This is competitive in the NBA right now for that prestigious award. But let's not fool ourselves. It's gonna come down to the King and the Greek. And right now, if I had to pick one, And this was tough for me. I had to go with Giannis. I'm gonna give you reasons why I picked Giannis over LeBron James. What LeBron James is doing at the age of 35, we probably won't ever see again. Or this is the beginning of it because he's showing other generations how to take care of their bodies, how to maintain their minds, how to get themselves to that high competitive level. But again, there's not a lot of LeBron James just walking around here. 25, 7, and 11, leading the lead in assists at 35 is tough, very tough. But you give LeBron James, Anthony Davis, what you thought he was going to do, average 7 assists, 6 assists. It's LeBron James. But what Giannis is doing is historical. The Milwaukee Bucks have the largest point per game margin in the NBA. They're blowing teams out. The average victory is 12 points per game. Giannis is averaging 30 points a game, 13.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists. So let's just say 30, 14, and 6. Head-to-head against LeBron James, that game the Bucks won. He shot 58% to LeBron 42%. Giannis is here. Now, this is still LeBron James' league. LeBron James still the best player in the NBA, no doubt. Kawhi Leonard has showed that what he is, come playoff time, Kawhi Leonard owns the postseason. But one day this will be Giannis' league. And if he can win, beat LeBron James come March 6th, he might put a stamp on the MVP. Now, it's not too late for LeBron. There's 3 things LeBron can do to win the MVP this year. 1, you win the West. That's more impressive than just the number 1 record overall. You win the West. 2, you beat Giannis March 6th. Right? You go 1-1 in the head-to-head matchup, which puts pressure on the voters and everything else. And 3, you beat the Clippers. Big wins lead you to big awards. LeBron knows that. He got the MVP 4 times. But let's say LeBron doesn't do that. Say lose to the Clippers. Say don't beat Giannis come March 6th. Let's say they do get the number 1 record, but those 2 things don't happen. But guess what? Giannis will be a back-to-back MVP. If he continues to do what he's doing, there's nothing no one can stop him from getting it. LeBron has to beat Giannis March 6th. Has to beat the Clippers in order to get that MVP because Giannis is running with it. And if LeBron and the Lakers happen not to make it out the West, it's not for sure. And Giannis happened to match up with the Clippers or match up with somebody else, which I believe that will be the Clippers or the Lakers. He find a way to win this year. Ain't no more one day this will be Giannis' league. It will be Giannis' league now. Yo, what's going on with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons? Ain't no love in the city. No brotherly love going on out there. Now, at the All-Star game, we have seen them post comments about each other. Of course, that comes. We get rumors that, no, nothing's going on. Everything's fine. We hear this all the time. Same thing I heard about Russ and KD. Everything's fine. Same thing I heard about LeBron before he left Cleveland. Everything's good. Kyrie before he left Cleveland. Everything's good. Kyrie went to Boston. KD went to Golden State. Now he's in New Jersey. Team up with Kyrie. So basically what I'm saying is that when information get leaked out, let's stop pushing it to the back as if that, we don't know what's going on. We know what's going on because we've been told what's going on. Al Horford came out and said there's locker room issues in Philly. Chris Broussard, who's a well-accredited reporter, said that Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are jealous of each other. One wants to run a locker room, the other one feels like he should run the locker room. Now these 2 guys are young. Ben Simmons 23, Joel Embiid 25. So they're still learning, still growing. This isn't a Kobe and Shaq situation when Shaq went out there, when Jerry West shipped Shaq ass out there to Miami because he was older. Shaq was 34. Jerry West not trading no 25-year-old Shaq. If Shaq was on this team at 25, you don't trade Joel Embiid. You don't trade Ben Simmons. You know what you do? Look at the coaching. A coach should be able to use that talent with that magnitude of talent. These 2 guys, and should be able to find out how can we make this work. I know Ben Simmons is frustrated with Joel Embiid injuries and the lack of being in shape sometimes, and maybe his childhood temperament that he shows. But when focused, Joel Embiid is the best big in the NBA. When focused, Joel Embiid is probably a top 5, top 6 player in the NBA. And when focused, Joel Embiid can lead your team to the NBA Finals. I think the beef between Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons is more than it comes to than the egos, right? It's basketball at the end of the day. Joel Embiid might feel as if Ben Simmons doesn't shoot the ball enough or doesn't space the court enough to be the best player on the court. And Ben Simmons might feel like Joel Embiid don't work hard enough to be the best player on our team. That's when the coach has to come in. He has to let it be known who's the best player on the team, who we plan this offense through. Ben Simmons, I need to shoot the ball more. Joel Embiid, I need you in better shape. And it's soft. And Jimmy Butler called it out. It's soft. He called it out in Minnesota. He called it out in Chicago. He called it out in Philly. It's soft. It's weakness. You know, you push the buttons on these players and some of them can't take it. They don't like being challenged. When you have two young guys that are dominant, that are going to be top 10 players in this league for a long time, they're going to collide. But right now is not the time to separate them. They're not 28 years old, 30 years old. It's 25, 23. These guys are still children in the NBA, if you want to, in technical terms. Basically, what I'm saying is that if the Philadelphia 76ers get rid of Joel Embiid, you get him motivated, get him mad to go on another team. You really want to do that? You get rid of Ben Simmons, 6'10" point guard. You get him mad. You get him motivated. You really want to do that? No, you make it work. Brett Brown, the Sixers organization, his front office, his coaching. Get you an offensive coach that can make Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid effective enough to win a championship with that core, because it's not getting better than that. You can't get a better start than that. And if you can't win with that, you're not going to win at all. Everybody's ready, got Ja Morant down on the Rookie of the Year race. He's already stamped in and deserving so. He's played 48 games. He has the Memphis Grizzlies in the playoff contention. Right now they hold the 8th spot for a great lead by 4 games. So let's applaud Ja Morant and say, okay, good buckets out there. Let's be like that. But pump your brakes, slow it down. Your boy Zion is coming full speed. Full speed. He's averaging 22 and 7. The only rookie since Shaq and Grant Hill to score 20 plus points in his first 10 games. The only rookie since Joel Embiid and Wilt Chamberlain to average 28 and 10 in his first 36. And he's a monster. So let's not, all that he doesn't shoot, he won't do this. He's doing everything on the court possible. See, the only problem with Zion is health. It's just weight. And he's going to change that because that's going to come. He's going to lose that weight. He's going to be explosive. He's going to be one of the best players we ever seen because we never seen nothing like him. He has a chance to win Rookie of the Year. Let me tell you why. The Memphis Grizzlies have the #1 strength of schedule in the NBA remaining. The teams they play are above 500. Matter of fact, the teams they play are combined 54, which means that they're playing a lot of playoff teams right now. And as a young team with Ja Morant being their leader, he's going to hit a rookie wall. Right? Everybody hits a rookie wall. Your favorite player has hit the rookie wall. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. But with that 4-game lead, if he has his team go to the playoffs, remain at 18 points per game, 7 assists average, then okay, he has it. But let's just say he hits it. Zion's not hitting the rookie wall. For the next 40 games, Zion is out there playing. No minute restrictions. If he gets put up 20 and 10, he gets the Pelicans in competition. Let's say the Memphis Grizzlies fall out of 8th spot. Let's say Dame and them get in there in Portland, or the Spurs happen to get in there. We don't know what happens. And this game is your last impression is your best impression. So if Ja Morant, who started off fast, swinging, just like Melo or LeBron, they all started off fast and swinging, and it came down to the end, your last impression is your best impression. If Ja Morant does not have the Memphis Grizzlies in playoff contention, and he has the rookie wall, he has games where he's not scoring double figures, and he's having more assist and turnovers, then that opens up for Zion to get the Rookie of the Year. And it's not far-fetched, because Zion is going to consistently give you 20 and 10. His worst game is going to be a 20 and 10. So basically what I'm saying is that keep an eye on the Memphis Grizzlies, the end of the year. Keep an eye on the New Orleans Pelicans, where they can be at. And if Memphis happen to creep out just a little bit, and Zion continue to put up these Charles Barkley like numbers and this powerful play that he does, we're in for a tight Rookie of the Year race. Very, very tight. Hold out on that. Okay, so towards the end of the season, it's playoff time. Every win matters. Every game matters. Every possession matters. And in the Western Conference, we have the Memphis Grizzlies, who's in the 8th right now, and that's the big reason why Ja Morant has the Rookie of the Year award race, leading right now. The Memphis Grizzlies are an 8th seed. They're 4 games ahead of the Portland Trail Blazers, 5 games ahead of the San Antonio Spurs. That's a big distance, but there's only one problem. The young Memphis Grizzlies have the number 1 strength, the number 1 toughest schedule in the NBA. Number 1. They are playing the Clippers twice, the Lakers twice, Denver twice, Toronto twice. That's tough for any team, especially young Cubs out there in Memphis. And shout out to Brooks and Jared Jackson and Ja Morant and all those guys out there. But this is a tough task. And with that being said, it opens up a lot of opportunity. Dame, CJ, Hassan Whiteside, Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza, these guys have experience. They've been there before. Outside looking in, wanting to make the playoffs. What does it take? It takes togetherness, take dedication, take us to look over the whole media trying to break us up, take us a focus that only veterans know how to finish with. San Antonio Spurs, they had Greg Popovich. Need I say more? So, and that race is kind of going to be tight in the West. It's not going to be as simple as a lot of people may think it's going to be, because they have an MVP candidate, Dame Dollar. They have the toughness in San Antonio, and the Memphis Grizzlies have to show us that they are ready to be serious. It starts right now. But rolling over to the Eastern Conference, slightly different. Let's open up just a little bit more. See, the Orlando Magics hold the 8th spot with the Wizards behind them, and the Bulls behind them. Wizards 3 games back, the Bulls 5 games back. But the Orlando Magic have the strength of schedule is 28th. A bunch of teams in that lower bottom that they play that they can take advantage of and get those W's and kind of get a hold on that. But with that being said, the fact that the Washington Wizards are 3 games back from the 8th seed and John Wall has been missing, and you probably can't even name me their starting 5 without looking at Google, should let you know why Bradley Beal not being an all-star is dumbfounded to me and should be dumbfounded to you. It doesn't make any sense. But it's tough. The Bulls, despite, probably to me, one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA so far this season, but they're still right there. Despite I think they need a whole front office, they still right there. But I'm expecting Orlando Magic to finish out with Nikola Vucevic. Markelle Fultz is playing great ball. Aaron Gordon, who just had a great All-Star weekend. He's extra motivated to continue to prove himself out there. He's improving his game. I expect them kind of to come together and get that 8th spot. I'd be very surprised if the Washington Wizards find a way to do it. But if they do, it just shows more about who Bradley Beal really is and how great he is. And we need to honor that and look at that a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys just being a part of this, man. This is a process. It's going to grow. We're going to grow and do more. Comment, like, subscribe, send DMs. Let me know what you like about it. Give me some topics you want to talk about. Give me some things you're going on. We have a phone line coming soon. Some of you guys will be able to call in and give us a call and debate and talk about whatever. But let me tell you, you better come with it because I'm ready. So you better come with it. We ain't talking no BS, man. But this is your boy, Courtside Hoops. We gone. Peace.